rumble of the discourse. We've taken an abandoned concrete factory at the margins of the declining American empire and repurposed it into a battleground where 19 separate entities from across the political spectrum enter the discourse one by one and do battle to determine who controls the narrative force of the discourse. I hope you'll join me, your Southern Gothic futurist host Dirk God Raven Mac, for each and every episode of Monday Night Rumble of the Discourse. Hey, greetings folks, we're back here at our abandoned concrete factory tonight. This should be called Working Man Factory. I'll get to that in a minute, but this is Monday Night Rumble to Discourse, second episode of our Winter 2023 series. As you know, if you've watched this before, 27 competitors from across the political spectrum, 2 at the opening bell, 1 new guy comes in every minute. You're eliminated by being tossed over the top rope, pinned, or submitted, and we go until one person is left. There are points accumulated. This is a 7-week series, so the first 6 weeks you will accumulate points. You get a point for eliminating somebody, and there are bonus points for those top 4 finishers, including 10 points for first. As I just said, they'll be accumulating points, and then that 7th week, our top 27 point getters in this Rumble of the Discourse will come back in that 7th week to crown our Winter 2023 champion of the Discourse. After last week, we had our first event. Eric Adams, mayor of New York City, won that event, so he is currently at the top of our leaderboard with 13 points. Donald Trump there with 8. Dark Brandon with 6, Matt Getz, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and Free Thinker. We had multiple Free Thinkers last week, so I don't know which one that is. Again, we're starting a new thing tonight. We have a sponsorship of each episode. It's fairly affordable, so yeah, I mean, you might even be able to Venmo me $5 and be the sponsor for next week's program, but either hit up me or my producer, Bob Dabalina. But our sponsor for tonight is Working Man Records. I want you to check them out on Bandcamp. Thanks to Boogie Brown for supporting this week's episode. Working Man Records, so that means we will be going to the ring now, and our stadium tonight will be called Working Man Arena. This is abandoned concrete factory at the edge of town, and your referees in there tonight are the police, state, and the lady cop. And here comes Dark Brandon. Bob, we still got it saying Dark Biden. I told you last week that's Dark Brandon, right? Okay, so let's see if we can get that corrected. So Dark Brandon, the dank version of Brandon meme, Dark Brandon is out here first, and he will be facing Steve Bannon. So speaking of memes and controlling the narrative of public consciousness, Steve Bannon certainly the one that might be true. I know when they were looking at Trump's phone records on January 6th, there was a 20-minute call to Steve Bannon, and that was always the joke, was that Bannon was the puppet master for Trump. But Steve Bannon is certainly engineering things. He will be in here with this Dark Brandon. So we start the discourse with the most discourse possible to discourse, and the police state over there is climbing that ladder for some reason. Dark Brandon and Steve Bannon locking up. Dark Brandon on that top rope, not a good place to be, but he nails Steve Bannon. He can get eliminated by being thrown over, so that's a risky place. And he goes again with a big boot to the shoulder. Dark Brandon really putting it to Steve Bannon to start this thing off tonight. And Bannon getting some shots back, and they're just trading punches, and Bannon's already favoring that one shoulder. Dark Brandon really going after him. Big clothesline by Steve Bannon, though. And we're going to get a buzzer here, and we'll have our third competitor. Again, 27 competitors tonight. And they're trading punches in there, and it's Tucker Carlson. So Fox News personality Tucker Carlson, certainly a comrade of Steve Bannon, somebody that is perhaps controls the discourse as well. Tucker Carlson, well, and he's going after Bannon to start this thing out. You would have thought him and Bannon would have gone after Dark Brandon. But Tucker Carlson, Fox News personality, perpetually stuck in that facial expression of a stoned frat boy for some reason, shocked by anything he may hear. Anything is shocking to Tucker Carlson. Just the stupidest stoner frat boy face, frozen for eternity. And he's going for a pin on Dark Brandon. And he does not get it, and out comes Donald Trump. So former President Donald Trump is our 4th competitor. Now, will he go with these guys? He's had words for Tucker Carlson. He's mad that people think Steve Bannon controlled him. So we've got Trump, Dark Brandon, Steve Bannon, and Tucker Carlson in there. Really an ugly mess. And Trump going for a pin on Dark Brandon. Just a 1 count. Bannon and Carlson going at it. Dark Brandon leg sweep there by Tucker Carlson on Dark Brandon. Another 1 count. And we've got a buzzer. Steve Bannon got eliminated there by Tucker Carlson just as we get the buzzer for Reply Guy to come out. So now the Reply Guy is coming out. And this is certainly a guy that loves Donald Trump from the southern part of Facebookistan. And he throws a briefcase. Where is he going to throw it? He throws it in the ring. So Reply Guy is coming in there. It's now Dark Brandon, President Trump, Tucker Carlson, and Reply Guy. And there's a pin on Dark Brandon, and he is out. So let's go ahead and mark him off the list. Him and Bannon were the first 2 in, and they're the first 2 out. So we've got Tucker Carlson, Donald Trump, and Reply Guy. Ugh. Looks like the police state's been bloodied up in there. And we get a buzzer, and coming out now is Free Thinker. So Free Thinker, we had, 6 of these guys last week. 6 Free Thinkers, all look mostly the same, and the Free Thinker just nailed Steve Bannon there in the aisle. Free Thinker comes out, and I don't know exactly how to tell these guys apart necessarily, Bob, but we keeping that straight in the back. So we're trying to keep that straight. And there was one Free Thinker on the leaderboard. I don't know if it was this guy. You have any idea if it was this guy, Bob? Okay, no idea. So I'm assuming somebody's going to keep this straight. You will just have to assume the integrity and honor of this Monday Night Rumble of the Discourse, that we are keeping this on the up and up. Obviously, nobody would want a video game about the political discourse to not be on the up and up. And here comes a buzzer, and it's Katie Porter. Katie Porter, and she's talking to Dark Brandon there in the aisle. Katie Porter, of course, Congresswoman has sort of gained some notoriety lately, and declared she was going to run for Dianne Feinstein's seat. Katie Porter, she said some good things, but I got to admit there's something about her I don't like, because it's sort of the Jimmy Fallon rule from Saturday Night Live. When somebody is smirking at you to show you how clever they are, there's just a little bit too much self-awareness, and it doesn't feel as clever. It feels heavy-handed. Katie Porter definitely has a heavy hand in that smarmy smirkiness. And Donald Trump got eliminated there, so he is out. And we get a buzzer, and it's Dianne Feinstein. So Katie Porter said she was going to try to take Feinstein's Senate seat. Dianne Feinstein, the 142-year-old senator from California, who's been senator since, I believe, the early 50s. And Katie Porter pins the Reply Guy. So Katie Porter getting some action. Her and Feinstein, they went there together and got rid of the Reply Guy. So we've got Tucker Carlson still out there, a Free Thinker, Katie Porter, and Dianne Feinstein. And Feinstein and Porter trying to get at Feinstein, but the Free Thinker occupies Katie Porter. Tucker Carlson kicking at Feinstein, the old senator. He ought to be ashamed of himself, but he doesn't care. And we get a buzzer, and coming out to join the fray, it's Matt Gaetz, this former alleged sexual offender, and he nails Katie Porter with that trophy, and only a 2 count. I thought he was going to take her out right away. Free Thinker drops Matt Gaetz on his back. So we've got Tucker Carlson in a bear hug by Dianne Feinstein. Katie Porter moving that ladder to Free Thinker in there. And Matt Gaetz, of course, his ladders represent the meritocracy myth. Climb the ladder towards success in America if it was real, but all of this is, of course, unreal. And the Free Thinker drops Matt Gaetz again. And we get a buzzer, and coming out to join the masses here. Police state just crumbled on that ladder like an idiot. It's Ron DeSantis, and he's got those muck boots on, still wearing those muck boots. He's going to be telling you how good he did in that hurricane aftermath for years to come until that ego runs dry. Matt Gaetz gets a pin on Katie Porter, only a 2 count. So we've got 6 folks in there, and Katie Porter is bloody, just busted wide open by the Free Thinker. She is bleeding horribly, and she stumbles over that top rope and falls out eliminated. And the free thinker couldn't control himself, and he dove out there on Katie Porter. I guess, Bob, we give Katie Porter the credit for that elimination. She drove him to madness. And here comes Eric Adams, last week's winner. So last week's victor is coming out early, and we saw our other Final Four with Donald Trump, Dark Brandon, and Matt Getz. So all 4 of last week's Final Four are already out here. Just to reset the field, Tucker Carlson still out there. Senator Dianne Feinstein from California, Representative Matt Getz, Governor Ron DeSantis from Florida, and New York City Mayor Eric Adams. What a motley crew. And there's a pin. Matt Getz eliminates Dianne Feinstein, so she is out. Good job, Matt Getz, pinning a very old, frail woman. And we get a buzzer, and coming out, Lauren Boebert. Lauren Boebert, she's carrying that chair. You got to expect her and Matt Getz going to be teaming up on folks. That is hopefully just something I said there, not something they do in real life, although I would not expect anything. Eric Adams has Tucker Carlson holding him up and drops him over that top rope. What a violent suplex. Tucker Carlson is eliminated. So we've only got 4 folks in there. And Ron DeSantis knocked off that ladder as Lauren Boebert was thrown into it. Boebert and Getz going at each other. Eric Adams going after DeSantis. Boebert with a nice punch on Getz. Another buzzer, and it's AOC. Okay, AOC. We did not see AOC last week. She has been very popular in the discourse. Extremely popular. Settling into that role in Congress of multiple terms. You sort of lose that idealism of your early elections when you first go in, and you start to become entrenched in, I hate to use, I'm not even going to use it, but the being stuck in D.C. for too long, you sort of get stuck in that mind frame. AOC goes for a pin on Boebert, only a 2 count. You lose track of where you're actually from once you've been in D.C. for too long. I definitely am somebody who thinks term limits are a good idea. Eric Adams dancing around, punches DeSantis. And we got another buzzer, and here comes the free thinker. So, Bob, we're not going to get 6 of these guys in this week, are we? I really don't want a ring full of free thinkers. So the free thinkers, free thinkers, they tell you they're free thinkers, yet somehow they always say the exact same thing. They look the same, they share the same memes. There is nothing unique or original about them, yet they are always so quick to tell you how they are a free thinker. It's really quite comical how you can be so stereotypically predictable while claiming to be a free thinker. There was almost a pin on DeSantis by Matt Getz, a little bit of dissension there in the Florida right ranks. And we got another buzzer. And it's Marjorie Taylor Greene, Georgia Congresswoman. She was, of course, on our leaderboard at the beginning. We will see that leaderboard again at the end of the night. We'll see where folks are. And there's a pin over there. AOC kicks out. I think that was DeSantis trying to pin her. A lot of folks in there. What do I got? I got 7 folks in the ring right now. 7 folks, 2 ladders, a broom, trophy, 2 cops, chair, a couple 2 counts. A lot going on. Yeah, I'll be honest, man. I hate following the discourse. Matt Getz is bloodied up, so that's nice. I like to see that. But I hate having to follow the discourse for this, but I do it because this is my job, I guess. And George Santos. So we have George Santos coming out, that New York Republican congressman who was elected under false pretense. Apparently most of his story was not what he claimed it was. He's saying he's not resigning. And I mean, that's the nature of, it's like sports entertainment. It's political entertainment now. There's no reality to these guys or their characters. They create a gimmick, they get elected, and they're going to ride it out. And Santos is rolled up right away by AOC. So Santos is, I guess he's not ready for primetime discourse. He's eliminated quickly. And both cops were climbing that ladder. I'm not sure what they got going on. MTG holding on to AOC over there. The free thinker swinging his arms. Matt Getz out on the apron. And here comes Kevin McCarthy. So Kevin McCarthy finally elected Speaker of the House after compromising every principle he could. He is now in there. I'm sure we're going to have congressional investigations of the most ridiculous crap now. I'm sure there's going to be a woke mind virus congressional investigation at some point. Marjorie Taylor Greene almost pinched a free thinker. So just to reset the field here, we got Matt Gaetz out there, Ron DeSantis, Eric Adams, Mayor of New York City, Lauren Boebert, AOC, Marjorie Taylor Greene, the free thinker, and Kevin McCarthy. So a lot of the House out there. 5 people from the House of Representatives and the free thinker eliminated. And hey, it's the Unabomber. So the Unabomber is out, and I gotta admit, I'm glad to see this. AOC pinned by Lauren Boebert. There was a false death scare about the Unabomber this past week online, and I was glad to see the Unabomber is still alive and still out there, and he's out here in our discourse tonight, swinging that pipe, that Luddite pipe, and he nailed Eric Adams, and Eric Adams got pinned. There's a pin on Matt Gaetz right away, so we've got the field narrowed down quickly. Let me see who's left here. I still see Marjorie Taylor Greene, Kevin McCarthy, Lauren Boebert, Ron DeSantis still out there. The Unabomber, of course, is still in the mix. Excuse me, folks, and here comes Ben Shapiro. And DeSantis got eliminated in there. So Ben Shapiro, I saw a clip where he had created an equation for, I don't know what it was, some sort of like freedom or legitimacy of government. It was really the most asinine, fake smart thing I've seen in some time, and that's pretty incredible considering we live in a great digital age of fake smartness. But Shapiro he spent all this time talking about this equation, and it was just so stupid, and he's such a tiny, weaselly guy. I just do not understand how people watch this crap and consider themselves informed, intelligent, strong people. And here comes Pete Buttigieg. Kevin McCarthy eliminated. I did not see who did that, but Pete Bourgeoisie is in. Pete Bourgeoisie, of course, is the Secretary of Transportation. And there's a pin on Marjorie Taylor Greene by Ben Shapiro, so she is out. So Pete Bourgeoisie, he was taking paternity leave. People were talking about how he wasn't taking calls, but, let's be honest, man, he's the Secretary of Transportation, and it was like a token appointment because he helped engineer the Democratic race the last time. How are we going to be mad at the guy? He's just a face. He's not an actual politician. Let the guy just stay home and enjoy his baby, He doesn't need to drive in the SUV to within a mile from work to ride the bike the last mile. And here comes President Biden. So we saw Dark Brandon in here earlier. Now the actual version, President Biden comes in and he wants to establish himself in the discourse. He was not in here last week. And he goes right after Lauren Boebert, only a 1 count. Marjorie Taylor Greene is still in there, but she's been eliminated. Boebert nails the Unabomber, but can't get a pin on him. So we've got President Biden, the Unabomber, Ben Shapiro, Pete Bourgeoisie, and Lauren Boebert. The Unabomber's been busted open, but then he nails Ben Shapiro. He's waving off Pete Bourgeoisie. Pete Bourgeoisie hits him. And here comes Josh Hawley, senator from Missouri. Good old tough guy. Thinks he's a big old tough guy. Old tough Josh Hawley. Of course, President Biden catching some flack for secret documents found at some of his locations. Not the same as what Trump had, but also not all that different. Of course, Josh Hawley is one of the ones proclaiming the loudest. And the thing is, the Republican, Donald Trump was just outright doing something dastardly. He had nuclear secrets, and the Democrats are doing something Biden probably shouldn't have top secret documents either. But the thing is there's 2 different things going on. The Republicans are they embrace their hypocrisy, and speaking of which, here comes another free thinker. They embrace their hypocrisy, and all they want to do is point out how the Democrats are also hypocritical. And the Democrats are still playing this old game where they pretend that they're not hypocrites, but it's pretty easy to prove all of these guys are hypocrites. So you have the Republicans sort of getting a philosophical advantage because they don't care that they're hypocrites. And the Unabomber pinned President Biden. Ben Shapiro got eliminated in there while I was rambling, but President Biden pinned by the Unabomber. Democrats like to pretend they're not hypocrites, and it's easy to counterprove, and it makes them look stupid. And the Republicans don't care about looking stupid. They just want to point out, all they have to do is say, well, they're hypocrites too. In fact, they don't think they're hypocrites, so they're worse hypocrites, and somehow it works. Do Your Own Researcher coming out. This is, of course, Joe Rogan podcast fan who started his own podcast, who thinks he's shadow banned, and he's up on the top rope, goes down on Bobert. Is he going to pimp Bobert right away? No, only a 2 count. What an entrance there by Do Your Own Researcher, though. And he's back on that top rope. What a dumb place to go. And Bobert over the top rope. Free Thinker out there with her. And the Free Thinker eliminates Bobert. Well, this Free Thinker did not do like the other Free Thinker and eliminate himself. So we've got the Unabomber, Do Your Own Researcher, Josh Hawley, Beat Bourgeoisie going for a pin on the Free Thinker there. And another Free Thinker comes out. So we've got a couple Free Thinkers, Josh Hawley, Pete Bourgeoisie, the Do Your Own Researcher, who is a Free Thinker of his own, and a Unabomber. More than a free thinker, a man who lived by his philosophy. I believe by my count we got, well, there's a pin there. Unabomber's been pinned by Pete Bourgeoisie. So Pete Bourgeoisie, all well rested from this paternity leave, has got some energy here tonight. I believe by my count we have 2 folks left to come out. Of course, the final 4 will get bonus points. So we've got Free Thinker, Josh Hawley, Do Your Own Researcher, Pete Bourgeoisie, and joining them is the Tech Lord. So the Tech Lord, who was one of our referees last week, the Tech Lord is out here. And the funny thing is folks think one of those Free Thinkers got eliminated. Folks think that the Tech Lord is like only for the mainstream media, but really the alternative media is just as mainstream as the mainstream now, and the algorithms favor these things. So, I mean, I've had multiple friends that have fallen down the wrong rabbit holes in the last few years, and now I can't even hardly understand what they're talking about, because they actually believe there's like socialist conspiracies and like parts of cities that are run by Sharia law. Like, and I don't understand it, but it's a great age of misinformation. And the other Free Thinker falls over the top rope, and here comes the woke mobster. So if the right-wing conspiracies are true, you got to assume the Tech Lord is going to help the woke mobster, and the woke mobster and the Free Thinker going at it in the aisle. So they're having problems there already. Woke mobster barely made it to the ring. He's got that big sledgehammer. So we are down to our final 6. 4 of these people will get extra. Tech Lord comes down with that barbell on the Do Your Own Researcher. Will he pin him in time? No, he gets up. So Pete Bourgeoisie, Senator Josh Hawley, Free Thinker, Do Your Own Research, the Tech Lord, and the Woke Mobster. These are our final 6 this week. The final 4 will get bonus points. Once again, we're at Working Man Arena. Tonight's episode brought to you by Working Man Records. And there's a pin attempt right there, and the Free Thinker is pinned by Pete Bourgeoisie. I tell you what, man, Pete Bourgeoisie is knocking some folks out tonight. Gentrification personified, Pete Bourgeoisie. Wherever he shows up, rent prices increase by $150 automatically. So we got Pete Bourgeoisie, Senator Josh Hawley, Do Your Own Researcher still out there, the Tech Lord, and the Woke Mobster who just got dropped across the ring by the Do Your Own Researcher. Not sure who I really pull for here. I guess I don't have to pull for anybody. I'm supposed to be unbiased. I guess I just hope for the discourse to end. And again, I enjoy the violence of the discourse. Not gonna lie, I enjoy that. It's funny to me. If you're gonna be suffering through the end of a declining empire, it might as well be full of laughs. So, Tech Lord's in there beating on people. The Woke Mobster just slammed into the lady cop by Josh Hawley. Do Your Own Research, and then nails Josh Hawley and falls on him after crashing in that ladder. That might be a pin. And that is, Josh Hawley is out. So Josh Hawley is gone. Did not make that final 4 for those bonus points. Not so tough there, Mr. Tough Guy. So we got Pete Bourgeoisie, the Woke Mobster, the Tech Lord, the Do Your Own Researcher. 2 ladders set up. Those ladders are dangerous weapons in there. The dangers of the meritocracy, and the Tech Lord going to the top. He nails the Woke Mobster. That should be it. That's 2. No, the Woke Mobster kicks out. guess the woke mob is stronger than I thought. Did not give enough credit to that. And the Tech Lord just slams the Do Your Own Researcher onto sidewalk slam, and that's it. Do Your Own Researcher's out. He does get 3 bonus points for finishing in 4th. So we are down to the woke mobster, the Tech Lord, and Pete Bourgeoisie. Man, a right-wing nightmare here. And Bourgeoisie is in the air holding on to the Tech Lord, and Tech Lord nails him. Woke mobster with a kick to the Tech Lord, and there's a pin. 1. Is that? No, it's a kick out. Woke mobster kicks out. So we're about to hit the 30-minute marks, folks. And Tech Lord over that top rope, and he swings. This could be it for him. Yeah, he's back in, though. He's so much bigger than the other two. Pete Bourgeoisie is a small man, and, of course, the woke mobster is a myth. And the Tech Lord is just giant, an imposing figure, and he just slams the woke mobster on their face. And now he's got Bourgeoisie and nails him. He's just manhandling everybody in there. Well, it's not a man. It's a Tech Lord. What do you call it? He's cyber handling everybody in there. Just cyber handling them all. And then the woke mobster drops him on his head. Bourgeoisie picked up a broom, thought about sweeping, but realized that was actual work and dropped it. So one of these 3 will win our 2nd week. Join Eric Adams, most likely near the top of that leaderboard. Of course, you get a point for everybody you eliminate, plus bonus points. So it adds up. Eric Adams had 13 last week, and I don't know. I didn't keep track of what he got tonight. I guess we'll see when we get the update at the end. Oh, and Pete Bourgeoisie just dropped face first on that ladder. The woke mobster covers him for the pin. Pete Bourgeoisie has been eliminated out in 3rd place, and that's 5 bonus points for Pete Bourgeoisie, but he was just punished. So now it's the woke mobster and the Tech Lord. These two are supposed to be in cahoots, I thought, but I guess not. Tech Lord and the woke mobster, we will see who wins. Tech Lord's got that pipe that the Unabomber brought in, and woke mobster has him up face first across that ladder. This could be it, folks. 1, 2, and that is, no, a kick out. Kick out by the Tech Lord there, and he's up automatically. I thought that would have been it. The algorithm is more powerful than I realized, even in my nihilistic, jaded beliefs. Tech Lord has even more power than I thought. Comes off the ropes. Woke mobster knocks him down. So much bigger than the woke mobster, just twice as big. Still gets him up, but gets dropped in that ladder, and that could be it if he could cover her, but he's struggling. He gets on there. Is this going to be it? That's 2, and that is 3. And she kicked out, but at the last minute, the Tech Lord wins it, ladies and gentlemen. That's a big win by the Tech Lord. He's staggering around. Tech Lord took a beating, but survived it all. Imposing figure. And let's look at this replay. You can see they go into that ladder, and the Tech Lord he's hurt as well, but you can see that's going to be a pin if he gets on there. And he gets on there and barely gets the win. So that's our final from the Working Man Arena here tonight. Let's look at tonight's results. The Tech Lord, of course, eliminated 2 people, so finishes at the top of the board tonight with 12 points. Woke Mobster for 8. Pete Bourgeoisie, 7. Do Your Own Researcher, Tucker Cross, Katie Porter, Eric Adams, Matt Getz, Unabomber, all accumulating a couple of eliminations. Our standings after 2 events, let's look here. Let's see, we got Eric Adams at the top with 15, the Tech Lord with 12. Donald Trump and the Woke Mobster tied for 3rd. Matt Getz, Pete Bourgeoisie, Dark Brandon, and Marjorie Taylor Green rounding out that leaderboard. So that's 2 events. We got 4 more weeks. 4 more regular events, and then our 7th week will be that championship. Once again, folks, this is brought to you by my Southern Gothic Futurist Patreon. If you have made it to the end of this, I highly encourage you to support that. Even if you're already a supporter, I thank you for that support and encourage you to continue supporting it. I know times are hard and everybody's pockets are shrinking out here in the current economy. I do appreciate that support, but this is brought to you by that. A lot of other things happen on that Patreon, not just these rumbles in the Discourse, but it is all unreal type of things like this. I'm all over the place, man. I don't even know how to explain how my mind works. It is just it is a grease fire. My mind is a grease fire. So that's it for this week, folks, from the Working Man Arena. Again, hit either me or my producer, Bob Dabalina, up if you want to sponsor next week's episode and have the arena named after it and be our sponsor for next week. Hit me up. And that is going to be all until I see y'all next week. Salam.